Hello to all our friends at home and happy Tuesday. In this video, I'm going to go over Tuesday's morning work with you. So there are 4 math questions, and my goal is to try to clear up any misunderstandings you may have, maybe give you a strategy you haven't tried, see any way you might improve your work or make it better. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here and bring up that morning work. All right, there we go. And we are on week 10, day 2. So we have 4 problems here. And let's just see if I can get my annotating feature up going here. There we go. Okay. So the first one is a word problem. And we're doing this one right here. It says Jonathan should have 156 items. He has 45 sandwiches, 24 cookies, and 40 bottles of water. How many items did Jonathan forget? So it's a word problem. And remember, the first thing we do with a word problem is read it and underline our known. So I'm going to read through it again, and this time I'll underline what I know. It says Jonathan should have 156 items. Okay. He has 45 sandwiches. He has 24 cookies, and he has 40 bottles of water. Okay. And our question is, how many items did Jonathan forget? So I'm thinking about this and I'm saying, okay, he has 156 items. He must be getting ready for a party or something. And he has 45 sandwiches and he has 24 cookies. You can almost see them in piles, can't you? A pile of 45 sandwiches, a pile of 24 cookies, a pile of 40 bottles of water. And then there's some things that he forgot. So I'm thinking in my head and I'm thinking, boy, you know what this sounds like? It sounds like a whole, which is all the items he needs. And it's broken down into parts: sandwiches, cookies, bottles of water, and the things he forgot. And that sounds like 4 things. Could this be a part whole number bond? I think it could. So let's look at how we could draw a picture for this. So let's see here. Hopefully I have enough room here. So I'm going to draw 4 parts to my number bond. And before I even put numbers in there, I'm going to say the first part represents sandwiches, so I will put an S. The second part represents the cookies, so I will put a C. The third part represents the bottles of water, so I will put a B. And then the last part represents the things he forgot, so I will put an F. Okay, and now I can look at that and I don't even have to look back at the problem. I can say, well, there were 4 things he had to remember, and they were sandwiches, cookies, bottles of water, and the things he forgot. All right, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to put my knowns in there. So he should have 156 items, so that is my whole. Okay, and then he has 45 sandwiches, so I'll put that in the part labeled S for sandwiches. 24 cookies, I'll put that in the part labeled C for cookies. 40 bottles of water, I'll put that in the part labeled B for bottles of water. And then we have to figure out how many items he forgot. So that's perfect. We'll put our question mark in the part labeled F for forgot. All right. Now, really hard to do a 4-part number bond. So what I'm going to suggest is we turn it into a 2-part number bond, and then it will be much easier. So how do I do that? Well, look what I'm going to do. I'm going to put all 3 of these parts together. And when I put something together, I'm making it bigger. I'm adding those things. So 45, 24, and 40, I have to add all of those. So I'm going to come over here, and you have a lot of work on your paper on Seesaw, the white part at the bottom, to show all this work, but I'm trying to make it big enough so you can see it. So I'm going to use different parts. So let's just see, 45, 24, and 40. I can add all 4 of those numbers at the same time: 45, 24, and 40. Remember, you can add 3 numbers at a time. You just can't subtract more than 2 numbers. So I add my 1s first. 5 and 4 is 9. And then I add my 10s. 4 and 2 is 6. Plus 4 more is 10. That's 109. So now, is 109 what I forgot? Well, if you look back at my picture, it is not what I forgot. It represents the total of sandwiches, cookies, and bottles of water. So I'm going to take my 109 and I'm going to put it in here. And now I know, because it's there, it represents the total of those 3 items. Okay, big deep breath. I still have to figure out what he forgot. So now I've got this 2-part number bond. I know my whole is 156. I know the big ginormous part here where I added those 3 parts is 109. And I got to figure out this part here of what he forgot. So how do I do that? Well, remember, when you have the whole and you have 1 part, you're going to subtract this part from the whole to get your other part. So my number sentence here my algorithm would be 156 minus 109. And now I can subtract to get my answer. Can't take 9 ones from 6 ones, so I have to unbundle. I'll be left with 4 10s. Good news is instead of 6 ones, I have 16 because I got 10 from my tens place. 16 minus 9 is 7. 4 minus 0 is 4. 100 minus 100 is 0. So how many items did he forget? I'm going to put it right in here in this part. He forgot 47 items. Remember to dress up your number. You don't want to just write 47 because we won't know whether you're talking about sandwiches, cookies, bottles of water, or whatever. We're going to write 47 items because that's what it asks. How many items did Jonathan forget? Okay, so hopefully I made that a little clearer for you. I'm going to clear my pictures. Okay, and we're going to go on to the pattern one. It says write the missing numbers to complete the pattern. 65, 74, 83. So I know my numbers are going up, so that's really important to take note of. 65 is getting bigger, goes to 74, getting bigger, going to 83. How do I make numbers bigger? Well, usually I add to make numbers bigger, don't I? I can multiply to make them bigger, but we're not in 3rd grade multiplying numbers as big as 65. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I have to add something to 65 to get to 74. And remember, a good way to show the difference is to count on. So I'm going to count on from 65 to 74. And when I count on, I start with 66 because I'm counting on, and I'm going to stop at 74. So 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74. I added 9 to 65 to get to 74. So look what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a plus 9 there. Okay. Now I've got 74. Let's see if we add 79 to 74, if we get 83. We're going to count on. So if we start at 74, counting on, we start with 75. So 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83. Yep. Looks like my pattern is adding 9 because I added 9 both times. So now I've got 83 and I've got to add 9. Some of you may be able to do that mentally, just in your head. You could decompose 9 into 7 and 2 and get 92, or we can continue to count on if that's what you're most comfortable with. So we'll count on 9. Okay, our number is 83. If we count on, we've got to start with 84. So 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. So 83 plus 9 is 92. Notice how I'm putting my 9 plus 9 here each time. I'm reminding myself what the pattern is and what I am adding. So 92 plus 9. Again, we can count on. If we count on, we're going to start with 93 and we're going to count on 9. 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 98, 99, 100, 101. Next number is 101. And they only really want you to add 3 more numbers here to the pattern. And then 101 plus 9, that should be pretty easy. That is 110. Okay, so that's how we work a pattern. First, we have to discover what the pattern is, and then we have to continue the pattern. All right, let's go to the next question. It says, write each number. And they have given us word form. There's no numbers here. There's just words. And if I read it, it says 672. So I'm going to write 672. All right. The next set of words says 251. 251. I will write 251. Okay, hopefully you didn't have too much trouble with that. It's pretty easy to go from word form to number form. You just say the number and write it. And our last one is an algorithm where we take 133 and we add 76. Now notice 133 has 3 digits, 76 only has 2 digits. So I want to make sure that I line my numbers up according to place value because I want to add ones to ones, tens to tens, hundreds to hundreds. That's really important. So I'll write 133 plus 76, and I'm writing it in this spot because the 7 is the tens, so it should go in the tens place, and the 6 is the one, so it should go in the ones place. Now, always start with the ones. 3 ones plus 6 ones is, that's right, 9 ones. Then we go to the tens place. 3 tens plus 7 tens is 10 tens, which actually is 100. So I will regroup it over there. And then we add our hundreds. 100 plus 100 is 200. So our answer for that one is 209. Okay, boys and girls, I hope you found this helpful. Have a great afternoon, and I'll see you back here tomorrow to go over day 3. Thanks so much.